All right, everyone, welcome to what I hope will be a very efficient yet helpful tutorial. So I know when I set out to learn animation, I wanted to know how can I just take a picture of anything and just kind of put bones on it and bend it around as one way of easily making something move without too much complicated expertise. So I'm using the program Synfig, which is free for Mac and PC, and so I'll be showing you how to do the skeleton distortion in Synfig. So to start out, I just imported any ping image, .png image. This happens to be a character I had around, but this can literally be something you doodle and take a picture with your phone. It could be something from the internet, whatever. It does not require any artistic skill. It's just find a PNG file and import it, something that has a translucent background so that you can work with it. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on that object, and I'm going to go to New Layer, going to go to Distortions, and going to go to Skeleton Deformation, okay? Boom. So you'll then, to your terror, everything disappears. So the strange thing about this is for a lot of this tutorial is just about the very weird quirks of the random things you have to click to make this work. It's very easy. You just have to memorize these steps for some strange reason. You uncheck or hide the skeleton. You make sure this green box covers everywhere your character might move to. So just make it as big as you want. And then you start, and then this is your first bone. So I'll just put this at the bottom. It can even be off the screen. I'll put it at kind of her mid-torso there. I'll put one in her upper chest just to make it kind of stable. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of, to represent her neck, I'll do one from her body to her head. So that way if I want her head to bobble, I can. And just a note here, if you have sort of a big object that you want to make sure parts of it don't get lost, you can add additional bones. And I'm so sorry, I should have said I'm just right-clicking on either the blue or the orange dot at the end of each bone. Oops, sorry. And I go to Create Child Bone, and you can add them and reshape them however you'd like. And again, here I'm just adding some extra ones to make sure that I capture the entire head, because it's kind of a funny shape on this character. And then you can actually go back proximally to earlier bones you made if you want to have other branch points too. So like I'm going to do this one here for the shoulder, and then that one can go, we'll pretend an elbow's down here, and then we'll go up to this whole axe hand thing here. And for now, let's just say that kind of grabbed all of that. Okay, so when you're done there, the next thing you do is you add back your width button, the width handles. So these are like the purple circles that appear when you turn that on and off. That normally for a shape, it's what you use to determine line thickness. But here it's just, you just have to make sure the purple covers everything or else it acts funny and cuts things off. So what I do is I take kind of my base one and I just make it giant so that it covers everything. And then I just kind of do these a little arbitrarily, and I'll humbly admit it doesn't totally seem to me that it correlates where how big I make these purple circles actually affects the strength of the bone. But if anyone does have experience with this and wants to mention in the comments, feel free. I'd love to know. But yeah, I just make these like a decent size, kind of covering the area that they're going to cover. And I apologize, I'm not more precise with the cause of those. But anyway, once everything's covered, and I'm also hitting save as I go with Control S. Once all that's done, then you unhide the skeleton. You say, oh no, it's all gone. So don't worry. You just right-click skeleton and go to here, Reset Pose. Not Delete Layer, but Reset Pose. Boom. And now it's all back to normal. So again, some weird buttons, right, that had like no real purpose to them. But that's what you do. So the key things were we made a skeleton layer. We made our bones. Oh, so we made our skeleton layer. Then we hid the layer so that it wouldn't make everything go away. We made the green box really big. We put down our bones. We used the purple circles to make sure they sort of just covered everything. And then when we were ready, we unhid the skeleton, and then we right-clicked for Reset Pose. So at this point, the purple circles are usually just in your way, so you can get rid of those. And then now you should be able to move things around. So see now, so as a reminder, the blue circles are for angle, green are position, and orange are scale. So if I move the blue, blue is what you'll probably want to use the most if you're starting out and just trying to move things around. So as you can see, I can now move her head. If I wanted to make her head bigger for some reason, I could do that by going like that. It'll kind of move it, but also scale it theoretically. That didn't really work very well, but yeah. And then this axe can move around like that. Woohoo! And then, so just as a review, like anything else, so that's how you make the bones. And then if you wanted to animate it over a timeline, I'll focus on that more slowly in other tutorials, but basically I have a keyframe at frame 0. I'll throw a keyframe at frame 44. I'm going to click the green person to make it animate mode. And let's say that by frame 48, I want the axe to go down. And actually I want it to get a little bigger, so I'm going to maybe do that. And I'll use the green position button to move it down. So hopefully it'll look like it's sort of swinging the axe. And maybe she's kind of putting some force into it. And so I'm going to kind of shift it. Yeah. And let's see, I'm trying to think if she's using her shoulder like that, maybe if she's swinging the axe, maybe that moves like that. And I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to hit this preview button. And default settings are fine. I'll make it low quality. I don't know. All right. And I'll move this over here, and I'll go to fit, and let's see what we got. So we have our friend here, and I'm just going to stop it right there. Boop. Awesome. So that's how you use skeletons in a nutshell. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll, yeah, let me know if you have questions, and if anyone knows the answer to what those purple circles do, that would be great. Bye.